Brothers of the shining moon, heaven, earth, and sea, I call upon you in this hour, bring magic unto me. Brothers, oh, the cauldron cries, it singeth unto me the songs of Mother Goddess and of Father in the tree.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between. Just making sure that I've got, everything turned on, and oof, the cat. Yes, the cat. I'm being joined this evening in the studio with Andromeda, the kitty, because, yes, apparently I am unable to sit here at a desk with a keyboard and type anything. Anyways, I hope y'all are having a good night. Ish, day, whatever, yes. Real quick, Julia, Ginger, doTERRA, On Guard, Honey, cough syrup, sleep, salt water, any of that. Good for you. Yeah, 100 proof anything, just about. Gemini is right. So, I hope you are all just having a banging up awesome day. We're being broadcast live tonight on Truth Frequency Radio, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live. And, of course, over in YouTube World, hit the like, that thumbs up button there on YouTube if you could. That'd be awesome. And subscribe and the bell if you want alerts. Ow. Ow, stop. Stop. Anybody want a cat? Anyways, I sorry. The cat went for a walkabout and came back about 10 days later. She's lost about 5 pounds and is needy, so I'm sorry. She's here. Yeah. And no matter how you are hearing me, make sure you stop in and say hello in one of the chat rooms. Or send me an email at wildpaisley@gmail.com. That's WILDEPAISLEY @gmail.com. Or if you want to support the show, you can do that too. You can go to etsy.com/shop/Monarch Mountain Studio, MTN for mountain. Or you go to patreon.com/The Spaces Between. Also a good place to go. And make sure you do go check out iLife.com. iLife is the official sponsor for Truth Frequency Radio. And just a really awesome product to help cure what ails you. So, and just keep yourself stabilized. So, Julia, if you do not have it, iLife is good for you too. Let's see. Oh, call line is open. I did do that right. Yes, I had to check. So the call line is 213-233-3998. Or if you're across the pond in the UK, it is 44203-393-2871. And if I suddenly act like, the house is on fire, it's not actually. It's just the cat and the new dog Kimber trying to figure out who is really in charge. Apparently they don't accept that that's me. And Kimber, the boxer, just really wants to get up close and personal with the cat and get a really good taste of her fur. And the cat just wants to, treat her like the infidel that the dog really is. So, yeah. Yeah, it's good times. And Julia, just, and anybody, the school season is back in session-ish for most people, places. And so, yeah, the Petri dish is wide open. Vitamin C is good. Vitamin D is good. If your throat's irritated, lay off the dairy products. Gargle with salt water. You can gargle with 100 proof stuff. different effectiveness. Um, but drink your fluids, eat your vegetables, take your eye life. Try not to breathe the smoke. I'm hoping it rains this weekend and washes some of this away. I'm tired of smoke. I can tell the system's moved through the front of it anyways, because my headache's gone. Oh yes, the cat and the dog will get along just fine. They just have to, decide who's in charge and let me be in my happy place. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, let's see, what's new in the world today? Just a real quick thought, I guess. Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away today. She had a long fight with cancer, and she has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, moved on to her afterlife. And so that is something I did not have on my 2020 apocalypse calendar, but I am sure is going to impact something somewhere, and I really could have waited on that. So yeah, she Chris Jarvis, she had a long battle with pancreatic cancer. So yeah. Yes, local honey's best for your sore throat. However, if you don't have that, actually honey of any kind is good for a sore throat. So is dark chocolate. Just make sure you actually have real honey and not honey flavored sugar water in your. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she was one of the Supreme Court justices. She was, I think, nominated in 97. Trying to remember my current events. Not so current events. Anyways, yeah. She was kind of a big deal in the U.S. So yeah, it's here in the U.S. Yeah, just one more thing for us to deal with in 2020, and I gotta tell you, I am so done with 2020. I'm ready for 2021 now. And just out of curiosity, New Year's Eve is a Friday. Oh, Friday, January 1. So Friday is January 1. New Year's Eve will be on a Thursday. So we'll have to sit around the old the where am I? We'll have to sit around the video here and toast the new year on New Year's Day, because yeah, I think most everybody I know is ready to be done with this year. Oh my goodness. Someone called in? Nope, nobody called in. It's just me. So, in the chat rooms, I see we've got Daryl, Pharmacy Seeds Network, Rio, Sophia the Bot. She's such a good listener. Black Tree, hi Julia, Bomber, Chris Jarvis, D, Gemini Moon, Justin Goodearth, Lewis, Titan, and Lucky. I hope you figure out why the power's out. And Titan, Justin, YTFP, Chris. Yes, I changed my pic because I had a good hair day and I had a good picture. So yes, I'm sharing it with the world, because why not? Let's see. Gemini. Yeah, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, Titan, D, I'm sorry. Now I'm just saying sorry. And I'll try to pick you up later. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see. Friday night, tonight, I got to thinking, because there's just some things that I see every so often that kind of just irritates me. So I'm venting this evening, not about politics, but about pagan and witchy stuff. So, thanks, Gemini. And it's just some of those things that I think we all see pop up in the world every so often, whether it's, social media posts or actually most of them are social media posts that just irritate me. I don't know what the status is on TikTok, but there's that whole TikTok witch thing going on there. Witch talk, I think. Tick witch, I don't know. Whatever it is. I'm so not hip to the jive. But that's okay. I don't have to be. That's not my thing. Yes, I would love. There's nothing wrong with being Canadian. So there. I'm not sorry. um. Anyways, there's so many. See if I can put 3 words together and make a sentence. With Halloween coming up, and yes, I do things Titan. Like for instance, sidetrack squirrel. So, Titan asked if I do anything to prep for fall, witchy-wise. Yes, I do, because I love fall, and it's my favoriteest time of the year, and it's partly because I'm an October baby, and I love the colors, and I love that when it freezes, the mosquitoes die, or at least decrease significantly, and all of that. I'm done with those bitey bugs. And Halloween cannot be canceled this year. Okay, here's the thing. If for some reason they do choose to cancel Halloween, a suggestion that I read somewhere, or heard about somewhere, it was from someone who had or has a child with an autoimmune or an immune compromised immune system, so they couldn't just go out and trick or treat. So instead of doing like an Easter egg hunt, they did a Halloween hunt, and so they would hide the candy all around the house, and then you turn all the lights off, and you had to go look for the candy then using only a flashlight. So if for some reason where you're at, Halloween is not considered an essential holiday, which it is, but I understand that some people don't really believe in it. Instead of doing a Easter egg hunt, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Do a candy hunt, a Halloween hunt in your home. If you've got littles, have a Halloween party. Do the the Halloween candy hunt, pinata, that kind of a thing. In a way, it's not such a bad thing. With the world kind of being as weird as it is, to have a smaller celebration for Halloween. So we'll talk more about Halloween as we get into October more. You make them use dowsing rods or a pendulum. I love it, Dee. That's awesome. No, I see. Chris Jarvis says that Halloween is the saddest thought ever. No, I don't think so. In a way, I guess, my perception of Halloween or All Saints Eve or anything like that is really, a celebration of those who have passed, rather than, just for candy. It's the end of the year, generally often for those of the witchy behaviors, witchy religions, witchy beliefs. And so for me, I feel that it's kind of the end of the year. I don't know why. It's always felt that way for me. But, it's just a really fun time for me to celebrate. Hey, it's the end of the year. And, so no, let's have Halloween. Yes, equinox, autumn equinox is coming up this 22nd. September's busy. So we had a new moon this week. And so I hope you set your intentions. Equinox, I hope you guys are doing something. Even if it's just kind of lighting a candle or something like that, you should. Just deep cleansing breath and such. Just, yeah. The equinox means we're almost done with this calendar year. 2020 is slowly, rapidly spinning out. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, good movie. So yeah, Halloween, fabulous, favorite holiday. Yes, cannot believe equinox already. These years just, on the one hand, it's screamed by. On the other hand, it hasn't gotten over fast enough here in the U.S. with the politics and all that. The next six weeks will be truly an adventure. Yeah. So, yeah, let's strike this year from our records. I can sign up for that. Yeah, 2020, the year that nobody wants to repeat. Period. So, let's see, what was it? Things I wanted to talk about. Oh, and, so preparing for fall. My maple tree is turning already, so I generally gather new maple leaves to put. I keep them on the back of my piano, which I'm sure drives everybody else around me nuts because maple leaves that are all dried out are kind of hard to dust, but I don't care. So yes, I have those, and so yes, it's time to collect maple leaves. And it's, kind of that harvest time. I've got, let's see, plum preserves. If I had had more of a garden, I would have been freezing and canning and all sorts of stuff. No garden this year because 2020. I'm kind of glad I didn't commit to a big garden because I would have been very disappointed. I have mint I need to harvest this weekend and hang to dry, and I have sage I need to pick and wrap with twine, and yeah, because might as well burn my own sage, right? I have some garden beds that I need to do some things with because I need to move some iris and some other bulbs so that my flower beds are a little different, a little better for next year. And then, let's see, what else do I need to do? Oh, Mini-Me, any of her outside toys? Honestly, the ones she has need to be rehomed probably because she is no longer a toddler and just doesn't fit. And then next spring, when things thaw out, we will be probably putting up her play structure. Although, this year, I am rolling in the Equinox with an awesome porta potty because our septic system is not flowing well. I found out that the septic system that is here is grandfathered in, and so in order to do any true repairs, they have to get a permit. And of course, the one inspector that can do that kind of thing is on vacation for the next 10 days. So it'll be middle of October, at the earliest. It's going to snow early. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I just feel kind of bad for the guys that have to come out and put in the new drain fields and all that stuff. Yeah. Although I had a really good, I did a 3-card poll from my Sun and Moon deck for next year, and I got, was it the Magician, the Empress, and the Hermit. Basically, I'm going to have a good year and I need to take some time for myself next year. But it'll be good. So I'll take it. Some major arcana. So yeah. And let's see, what else? This. Just tidying up, cleaning, getting rid of some of the excess debris. Working on it. It's a process. Some days it's a bigger process than others. So, here's the thing. I love fall. I love winter. And I don't know, the ski resort that we have here, people love going up to Schweitzer Ski Resort, the mountain and everything, because it's very picturesque. The views are fantastic. And anyways, I talked to a gal today who's in town for a wedding, and the wedding is supposed to be outdoors up at Schweitzer, and the high, I guess, is supposed to be 35. So, the ski resort will be frosted probably within, well, if it rains at all, in the next or over the weekend, the mountain will be frosted by Monday. So yeah, I did say the snow word. So there, snow, 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 snow. So there. We've already had a freeze there, pharmacy. So yeah, we had a freeze, and a lot of people lost because apparently nobody pays attention to the weather, and if there's no, text alert messaging system that goes out to everybody in the world, nobody knew it was possibly going to freeze. I don't know how you don't get that. So, yes. Anyways. So things that just kind of irritate me. And a lot of them have to do with social media and just inanity. So the very, very first one is the phrase baby witch. Because and originally it's like, it's kind of, I get it. You're a new witch. You're new at this. I totally get it. You're new at being on this path. But anytime I hear the name baby witch, all I can think of is Baby Spice with a witch hat. And it just doesn't create a very serious mental image for me. Because for me, if you are new to the path, then you're new to the path. And I get it. You're new to the path. But if you're calling yourself a baby witch, all I can think of is that you're not taking it seriously. You're not doing your research. You've read a couple of Pinterest posts, and you maybe follow something on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram, and you know what? That's going to make you a witch. So, mini me, I don't consider her a baby witch. She's 6. She's a witch in training. Totally different concept. So, yeah, baby witch. That's something that just doesn't work in my brain. See, Chris, I understand snow and wheelchair, not such a good thing. I broke my ankle in the winter one time. They refused to give me crutches and instead gave me a walker. Mad respect for anybody who is mobility issued. So, I'm sorry. I hope you don't get any of that snow stuff. I'm sorry. But, that, or you get a really good shovel. I don't know. I can't bounce back from that one. I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, um, Baby Witch drives me nuts. You're not taking it seriously. Another thing that I've found over the years is all of these pictures that people take of their altar, and they put them on social media all over the place. Um, and some people, it's it's like they're staged or artificial. And it's like, oh, this is my everyday altar, and this is my altar for this deity, and that altar for that altar deity, and this altar for another deity, and this is my, you know, the Sabbath in altar, all these different things. And all I can think um, is that either you have too much time on your hands and you should be studying and getting to know your craft a little bit more.
I
Oh my god, it's a
your
break. We'll be right back.
Lord with
Where'd it come
the
from?
sun, as we will,
Continue in a
so
bit.
mote it be the spell forever done.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between because we can. Yes, yes, because we can. So, just talking about things that bug me because I haven't done one of those in a long, long time. Yeah, we were talking about altars, and I know if you go, especially onto Pinterest, or quite a few different Facebook pages or Instagram or even Twitter to some extent, people post pictures of their altars all of the time. All of the time. And somebody in chat, I think it was D, generally doesn't post anything except for extraordinary snapshots or close-ups of things. Mostly because you astral travel to different bits and pieces, and you don't necessarily want to, just put your address out there for everybody to just like, oh, hey, drop it in. In a way, it's like putting your underthings on a clothesline in a very, very active place. Sometimes you don't want your underthings on the clothesline where people are just walking by. So, yeah, in a way, it really looks like one-upmanship when it comes to those types of posts. It's not so much like, oh, this is, these are the things I have on my altar, and these are the things that resound with me, and this is why. No, it's like, ooh, my altar's better than yours. It's like altar bullies. Which, it's nuts in reality, because it's not, who's got the better altar. Honestly, it should be, this is my altar, and these are the things I have, and this is why. Because the things on your altar should have some sort of meaning to you. You shouldn't have just a variety of things you went and bought down at Barnes and Nobles. Are they even open? At the thrift shop or your local esoteric shop or whatever. Because somebody said that's what you needed on your altar. You don't have to have 6 different kinds of candles and 3 different kinds of incense holders and feathers and bells and chimes and rocks and stones and crystals and obelisks and statuettes and whatnots. Honestly, truly, your altar, for those of you who may still be in the broom closet, could be a picture. Honestly, if it's a picture that resounds with you and your path and the things that you want to accomplish as a witch or a pagan, and you have a picture of that, then that's your altar. You don't have to have anything fancier. You just don't. And if you don't, have those things that resound with you on your altar, then why do you have them? Why would you have all these things if they don't resound with you? I mean, you just have, a purple candle with glitter on it because some girl down the street at the local shop says that's what you gotta have. And that's one of the problems with our world right now, not having enough information out there, is that, someone gives you this little bit of information and suddenly, oh, that's what it is, that's the rules, and you gotta have it. And the reality of it is no. There's no one particular thing or particular way to have your altar or your sacred space or your meditation room or anything like that. It could be any combination of those. You could have, sure, you can have a dozen candles. You could have, like the crystal ball that I have over my shoulder. And the selenite tower. Yep, those are pretty cool. I've got a star. Yep. Got the skulls behind me. Those came from the dollar store, by the way. The skulls did. I made the star. The curtains I got on a thrift store or a yard sale. They've been a yard sale. I don't know. It's been a while. I got some rocks on my counter. My singing bowl I got from the store where I work at. So it's, these are things that resound with me, but this isn't my altar behind us. These are things that I like, that I want to share with you guys, so you have them, and you can see them. Now, if I am going to use my crystal ball, I move it, I cleanse it, and then I use it, and then I cleanse it, and I put it back. And it's right next to a selenite tower, which is kind of cleansing anyways. So, it's, I've got my big giant book of shadows. I can see it. I don't know that I've ever shown a picture of it, the pages, to you guys, because I don't have that urge to share my book of shadows contents with you guys, like that. Give you information, yes, but that's something else entirely. Just very, very differently. And when I have had pictures of my altar, sometimes I'll take pictures before I take it down, and after or change things or move things or done things differently. Those pictures I'll share. But then this is the last time that my altar is going to be set up exactly like that, and it's going to be different. And so, it's just different. And yeah, it does really bug me when I see all these pictures of people with their altar spaces, and it's just like they're bragging. And if I wanted to listen to people brag, I wouldn't be looking at those pages. So, big book of shadows. Chris Jarvis says, your ex-roommate stole your statuette of Thoth. That is some karma that he's not going to be able to get away from. Just saying. Anyways, Mr. Don's in the house.
Hi.
How's Mr. Don?
I forgot today was Friday.
How'd you forget today was Friday?
Because Friday feels like just like any other day to me.
Yeah, I looked at your schedule. You don't work tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I looked at my schedule too, and guess what? I don't work tomorrow.
Yeah. Ooh, you're not going to sleep in. I was going to say there's potential for you to sleep in, but no. No.
Anyhow.
So we're talking about things that are irritating.
Yeah, I see that.
Because, I don't know, for some reason, the whole posting pictures of my altar just irritated me today.
You just broke it.
Yeah, I broke it completely.
You broke it good.
Yep. And mostly I unplugged it. I didn't break it. Operator error. Well, and the reason I think why it was irritating to me is I was checking social media this morning before I clocked in at work, and as somebody had posted, like, hey, I'm looking for altar ideas. Can I see pictures of your altars? And it's like the pagan or witch version of, hey, so I'm going to forward this chainmail, and I'm looking for everybody's mother's maiden names, your last four, your social security number, and, the place where you were born. So, it just, It just irritated me. So a coworker and I were talking about it today because, that's just not information that you should be necessarily sharing because,
That's a power thing.
yeah.
No, Don doesn't need mead. Don doesn't drink mead.
Does Don
Don
have
hates mead.
Does Don have wine?
No. I was thinking about it, but the cranberry juice just was speaking to me.
Mm. Okay.
Yep, just straight up cranberry juice.
Nothing wrong with that. That's
Nope.
good for you.
Yep. Ah.
So anyways, yeah. It was just one of those things. It's like, just irritated people asking for pictures of altars.
Yeah, no, that's like giving away a piece of your
identity.
Yeah,
Here, have my fingerprint.
well, I don't know about that, but
It just, to me, it's a personal identifier.
sure.
And it's not something that I really feel the need to share with someone. But, as we move into Halloween, there's more and more witchy type things being posted. And it's... Some of it's interesting. Some of it is just pure entertainment. And you have to look at it as such. Otherwise, it's just... You start poking your eye out. Because, yeah, no, you don't, I don't need their approval.
Nope.
They don't need my approval either, technically. So, but, I mean, yeah, for those of you in the closet, for whatever reason, you don't have to have an altar with a bunch of stuff on it, according to Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest or anything like that. It's things that are going to resound to you. Just like in Mexico, the Day of the Dead celebrations. Technically, the pictures that they have that are, their family members that have passed is that shrine. Technically, that's an altar. So that is not going to look like an altar that you would find maybe in upstate New York, for instance, or in my house. Do I have pictures of my ancestors? Yeah. Even my grandmother had pictures of my ancestors. She had a whole wall. That room was, 20, 30 feet long? It was just this big family room that she had in her basement, and she had just all sorts of things in there.
Pictures and knickknacks.
And yeah, she had
model airplanes hanging off the ceiling. And
yeah, it was pretty wild. But speaking of knickknacks and such, when it comes to your altar, I would freshen it as you feel called to do so. Now, some people will change things around with the changing of the seasons, so only 4 times a year roughly. They maybe do it with this equinox and my brain just shut down. Equinox and the
solstice.
Thank you. Solstice. I'm drinking water, nothing else. I should probably drink something else. And then some with the Sabbats or Esbats or anything like that. So whenever you get the urge to change up your altar, do it. So like with my grandmother, for instance, she's very, very devout Christian. But she had 3 china hutches full of seasonal things. And so with every single season, she would change out the material, the things that she would have displayed. Whether it's Easter eggs or pumpkins or
just an altar of a different.
Or trees or anything like that.
Just an altar of a different title.
Really, truly. And even though she didn't call it that because that's not her thing, truly that's what it was. So don't let somebody else tell you that your altar is not really an altar if it doesn't meet their certain criteria or standards or Yes, Don's driving. Flying. You're flying crazy. You're flying. Yeah. There's a broomstick behind you. You can fly. So.
You know how Peter Pan learned to fly?
Oh dear. What's the punchline?
If you got hit in a Peter with a pan, you'd fly too.
Oh my stars. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yes. That's why my name is Don. Don the Horrible.
that's Don the horrible. An every holiday tree? I've never heard of an every holiday tree. Is that like a Christmas tree that you just change out your decorations for every holiday?
Oh.
D, I guess I need more details. Oh, yep, decorate it for every season. I'm gonna have to hide the keyboard again. There's a cat. She's got fat feet. Ouch. And pokey toes.
She doesn't like your calling her fat feet.
Does she?
Anyhow.
So, I don't know. What's something that you've seen that vexes you when it comes to people posting about paganism or witchcraft?
You know, there's just as many Sabbath pagans as there is Sunday Christians.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but maybe not everybody does. So, Sunday Christians are people who are Christians only when they go to church on Sunday. And the rest of the week, they do things that are not Christian-like. So, the Sabbath pagans would be those who are pagans only on a Sabbath. They're not pagans.
And it's not even they pick and choose, which is fine. I mean, you don't have to celebrate all Sabbats and Esbats, but I mean, it's like they only do Samhain, or they only do Easter. They only do the solstice is coming up. But I mean, and then they try to they have their own holier than thou, self-righteous, neo-pagan ways. So I mean, I admit I'm not exactly one that celebrates the Sabbats and Esbats and because I'm heathen. I show appreciation when I feel I need to. Now, that doesn't mean the word terrible by Dawn. Dawn's head is oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Titan. So that's one thing is, they want to be better than you. I mean, there's people like that everywhere in every tradition, every religion, and they're just if they're out in public, they're just all about, oh, bless God, oh gosh, oh bless Jesus, and bless you, and I'm like, oh gosh, you just shut up. That's fake. That's fake to me. So, but anyhow, that drives me nuts.
The fakers.
Yeah.
Regardless of what religion they are, it's the fakers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're just fake. They're just fake. They want to be with the newest thing going. No, that's not the way it works. Well, if it works for you, fine, but don't expect me to believe it.
No, that's fine.
That is one ugly cat.
Why is she ugly?
Because she's a cat.
She loves you.
So anyhow, you feel like punching a dolphin?
What's wrong with Carlton?
I don't know. So what else irritates me? Gosh darn it. Dogs licking me irritates me.
Okay, that dog is in the doghouse.
anyhow, so
She ate the thermometer
oh,
and a plant.
not the good thermometer.
Yeah.
She ate the good one?
Yeah.
That's $100 thermometer.
Not anymore.
All right, so what else? What else irritates me with? You mean like specifically with paganism?
Mm-hmm. The neo-pagan movement.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things that vexes me is the assumption that all pagans are liberals, or all witches are liberals. That one vexes me. Because I'm not very liberal. I'm pretty darn conservative, actually. And I've seen a few posts that basically say that, well, if you're a conservative witch, you're not really a witch. They have not really understood the word of conservation or conserve.
Yeah, we've been through that one.
Yeah. Let's see. Another one that vexes me is a lot of the neo-pagan movement is very feminist.
Yes.
No, it's
Stop.
It's
No.
not, I don't think, as feminist today as it was 10 years ago. I think it's getting better, but it's pretty slow. If you go to a public pagan ritual or public witch ritual, can't say that very fast, then predominantly, yeah, it's women, but there's a lot more men starting to show up and get in touch with their more spiritual side or their earthy side, if you will. And I appreciate it because it's not just a feminine practice. It's an everybody practice. Being a witch or being a pagan. And that's just the reality of it. There's something there for everybody. And I guess the assumptions that are generally associated with witchcraft or paganism, those bug me. And maybe it's the dogmas that get attributed to witchcraft.
Like what kind of assumptions?
Like, oh, you're a witch, you must be, why do you worship the devil? That one's always bugged me.
Oh, God.
Like, no, I'm not that kind of witch. But, or that it's like, oh, you're a witch? You're a real witch? Yep, I am a real witch. Well, do you get stuck to your broom? It's like, oh, that's just obnoxious, and you just... Yeah, all the bad things that could come to mind there. Yes. They're just the...
Do you want to get struck with my broom?
You're right. Gives me 4 feet of extra reach. I will wallop you. So, Titan asks a question. I swear, Titan asks a question should be pretty much a standard...
Yeah, it'd be like,
a standard segment.
It should be like, hey, guess what Titan didn't do today?
Titan hasn't asked a question in a while, actually.
No, it's because he's been MIA. He was down in, I think he said Louisiana, helping clean up after the tornado or the
hurricane mess
and stuff. Yeah, that's
No,
where he's
thank you.
been for the last couple of weeks. So yeah.
Titan's been working hard.
Yeah.
So Titan asks, is warlock a bad term? So, yeah, I got 2 minutes. I can do this. So, yeah, it depends on who you ask. In my opinion, warlock is a bad term because it's generally, historically, it's a word that was ascribed to someone who breaks the faith or breaks the trust.
Breaks an oath.
Or oath breaker.
Oath breakers.
It basically, it was a not necessarily a derogatory term, but it got to be that way. But it was people who broke the faith or broke the oath, and it was often ascribed or applied to those who practice witchcraft, because they had broken the faith or broken the oath that man was supposed to have with Yahweh. So I disagree with that whole thought process anyways, but no. But yeah, it's generally speaking, warlock is considered a derogatory or negative term. Now, I have seen some people say, hey, we're trying to reclaim the word witch, warlock. It's like, have you not ever checked into the history of the word before you try to reclaim it? So
There's nothing to reclaim.
Right.
It's always been what it's always been.
It's always been pretty derogatory. Anyways, we're going to break. When we get back, I'll do the singing bowl. We'll see you in a bit. Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between because we can. So yes. Let's see. Check. The phone line is open, by the way. That's 213-233-3998. Or again, if you're across the pond in the UK, that is going to be 44203-393-2871. And so yeah, singing bowl. I know I say this every single time, but I love my bowl. It's
Love a bowl too.
it's a different kind of bowl.
Oh, whatever. Be picky.
I'm not picky. It's just a different kind of bowl. Oh goodness. Oh, and the cat's coming back because yes.
Wonderful. So, nice to
Yeah.
see you, cat, after 2.5 months.
You know, she's been around off and on.
Whatever. I don't care.
I know you don't. As long as she doesn't go on the bed. Or a cushion. Or a pillow.
Oh, gosh. Let's not bring that back up.
No.
Alright, so things that really bug me.
Yeah, things that bug you.
Things that bug me about paganism. There's only a few people that I've ever heard that are really connected with, like, say, the mythos and some of the gods and the higher traditions. There's one person we listen to, and he knows because he's from that particular area where that mythos is actually part of their culture. I wasn't going to say anything, but sure.
Mhm.
Anyhow, but so, he's in the culture that has the particular mythos that he follows, his tradition.
Mm-hmm.
So he's better knowledgeable. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have a lot of lip service, and yeah, they may have looked into this particular thing or that particular thing, but now they know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, when a person can't step back and say, you know what, that's not something I'm really familiar with, can you help me, figure it out, or can you help me along the way? Can you share your knowledge with me? Instead of, oh, well, yeah, I knew that, and this, that, and the other, and then off the cuff things, these things that just,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you just shake your head, shake your damn head.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that.
One thing I think I could say across the board, 100%, is that you never really stop learning.
No.
You
course not.
never really stop. You just never really stop learning, because the moment you think you've learned it all, you stop growing. So a while back, I think it was first of the year-ish, Courtney Weber was a guest on the show.
Yep.
And she's been a high priestess for a number of years. She's an author. And she's got a couple different books out. She's got 3 books out right now. Her 4th is set to be released in August of 2021. It's Hecate, Goddess of Witches. And she wrote the Morrigan. That's the one we talked about here when she was on the air, or on
Tarot Reading for One.
Yeah, Tarot Reading for One is a good book that she has. And she's an accomplished author. She goes all around the world, doing different things, studying, researching for her books, and meeting with people, etc., etc. But you know what? She has yet to stop to consider herself done learning, because there's always something new for her to learn, something new to experience. And she's been doing this for a number of years. It's not like she's new. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget, regardless of what your path is, whether you're Buddhist or pagan or heathen or Christian or Jewish. You can't stop learning about your path. There's always information out there. There's people to study with. There's there's information that you may not be as familiar with. There's unless that is your chosen vocation, like a rabbi who's about 75 years old, I would say that rabbi has probably learned a lot in the course of his life. But you know what? I bet you he's still studying things. He goes back and studies the same things over and over again. Because that's part of what you do. Is when you get done studying something, you go back through your journals. Hey, did I learn everything I could have learned from that? Maybe, maybe not. Let's go back and study it again and see what's out there. Because as you grow as a person, the things you learn, or the things you absorb, or the things you understand in the material that you're studying is going to change. So,
or at least the way you understood it then from now, rather than then, because we come to realize things through our life experiences that that's not what it meant.
Yeah, and you watch some of the kids' cartoons. Just for an example, how many of you have watched, or when your favorite movie as a kid? Do you ever watch it as an adult? And wonder, it's like, why did I think that was funny back then? That wasn't funny. What are you talking about?
Or now most of the kids' movies are like, wow, that was a very adult thing.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of very adult things in a lot of those kids' movies. And it's not just, Disney painting in the dildos. It's... they did. But, there's a lot out there, that just isn't... I don't know. If you don't go back through and rewatch or relearn or reread some of those books, have you really gotten the entirety of the message? I'll go through, and even the fiction books, I'll go back through and reread the same book 5 or 6 times. Why? Because I see something new that I didn't see, before. And yes, D, I did say something about Disney and the dildos. And it's just, there's just things out there in our world that we don't understand until we've hit a certain level of experience or understanding or comprehension. And that's why sometimes we got to go back and relearn that lesson, because we didn't get the entirety of the lesson on the first go round. We had to go back and get it again. And it's just... It's just the reality of life, because the lens we're reading through or viewing things through changes as we mature.
Yes, Jim, you did.
Should I say it again?
No. That's not a fully formed thought yet, so let me go back to eating my food.
It's just a bullet point. It's not a full thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the assumption that all pets are familiars is one that kind of bugs me. Because not all pets are familiars. We've we've got a boxer.
Huh.
She is as intelligent as most boxers, and so that means she's got a lot of enthusiasm for life.
She's got about as much brains as a box of hammers.
So yeah, she's got a lot of enthusiasm for life in general. Is she magical? Because yes, she makes me laugh. She's hilarious, and she's a fun pet to have. Even if she did chew up one of my plants and dump a pot of dirt all over the couch. But that doesn't mean that she is automatically a familiar. Familiars are different. The familiars have magic. Familiars are magic. And familiars are very, very special. That doesn't mean that your pet cannot be your familiar, but generally speaking,
A familiar is more than a pet.
yeah, it's like your significant other. It's a partner in your practice. It's there's just more to it. Like, is my obnoxious cat a familiar? No, she's just kind of an obnoxious cat drooling on me right now. And that's just what she is. But nah, and it frustrates me because there's just a bunch of people out there. Oh, well, my familiar died this morning. I've had my familiar for 6 months. Rescued him from the shelter. It's like, you know, on the one hand, it's like I don't want to say bad things about these people because I don't know, maybe it was a familiar. On the other hand, it's like, oh, people. So Basil, our beagle boxer here, anytime I've done something outside, like a meditation or a ritual, especially at night, often he sits at my back. Do I think he's my familiar? No, I think he just is an obsessive compulsive beagle who has to be in my space. That to me is not very, it's not the same relationship. Because normally he just wants to sleep on the couch anymore. So...
Oh shit, I can't blame him.
You want to just sleep on the couch too? You know, I gotta tell you.
Sounds good to me.
I would have happily slept on the couch all day. So yeah, you know, I guess that one is another pet peeve for me. You know, not all pets are familiars, not all familiars are pets. But that doesn't mean a familiar cannot be your pet or your pet cannot be your familiar. It's, I don't know. It's just my opinion, guys. Not everybody has a familiar. That doesn't mean that you're not a witch.
So you're saying you don't have to have a familiar to be a witch?
No.
Huh.
It's not like a prerequisite. Okay, Harry Potter, you don't have to have an owl, or a rat, or a cat,
An owl would
or
be
a
cool.
frog. You know, yeah, an owl would be kind of cool. But you don't have to have a familiar. You don't go to Snogbottom's store to get...
Snogbottom's store familiars.
Yeah, you know, just like not all witches have wands. I suppose that's something that bugs me too. It's the assumption that you have to have every assumed particular witchy tool under the sun or else you're not a witch. Do you have to have a cauldron? No. You can have a steel bowl from your kitchen. Use that as your cauldron. Do you have to have a wand? No. Could just be a chopstick. Do you have to have an athame? No. Do you have to have a permanently cast circle? No. Do you have a hairball or something?
No, that's that Pinot Gris was rather sweet.
Oh, so you did have some wine.
I just did, yeah.
Um, let's see. Ow. Um, what else? Do you have to have a crystal ball? No, I love my crystal ball. You cannot have my crystal ball. That's my crystal ball. You don't have to have one. Do you have to have a bunch of special rocks? Nope. If you don't have a rock that calls your name, you don't have to have it.
I don't have a pet rock.
That's okay. I don't actually have a pointy hat. I have headdresses. You can't really quite see the one above Mr. Don there, but there is one up there.
Let's see. I turn it this way, tilt it up. What?
Yeah, I was going to say just tilt it up.
I don't think that's working.
No, you got to tilt further. Keep tilting. Tilt.
Even if I do get it, there's still not enough.
Pivot clockwise. Yeah, you really can't see it. So yeah. Meditation. Carlton with the crystal ball. I can't type. There's no keyboard because the cat keeps trying to sit on it.
Anyhow, what was the question? What?
How to use a crystal ball.
Oh. You put
You-
it in front of you and go bada bada bada.
Not quite, but close. You you don't have to like incense.
What? You're kidding me. Incense is like the vehicle to the spirits. You have to have incense. Heathen.
No, you're the heathen.
I wasn't pointing that at any specific person.
So, Carlton, I will talk about the crystal ball after the break. How's that? So we got
There
about
you
8
go.
minutes, and I'll
Huh.
talk about it. So yeah, I'll move it over closer so y'all can read it, see it.
So,
Yeah.
go over the first part of the show with me that I missed. Quickly, hurry.
I'm trying to think. What did I talk about at the very beginning? I talked about the septic system is on strike.
Oh my god. Okay.
Actually, and the permitting process because the inspector's on vacation.
So this has to do with
I
things
just
that bug you and
Mhm.
paganism.
oh no, I just started about things that bug me, and
Okay.
we're slowly got into the paganism. I would look at the chat to give me inspiration for what I talked about at the very beginning, but I can't.
You can't go back
No.
that far.
Yes, not all incense is created equal. And I know, like, the little shop that I work in, we have some samples for incense. And if you have the opportunity for, hey, MCAT, if you have the opportunity for to get those samples of incense before you commit to buying containers or packages of it, I would totally do that. Because yeah, not it like English rose incense. I don't like most patchouli based incense. I don't like. Yeah, it just it not all is not all created equal. I do like some of the rosins. I like rosins. So I've harvested my own rosin from local pine trees or fir trees.
Cedar.
And cedar. Cedar's good. I do like sage. There's I've got dupe cones, which is DHOOP. I like those, but they're white sage, and I just think they smell good. And then let's see what else. Not as big on Palo Santo. There's times when ritualistically I could see the need to use it, but you just have to make sure that it's ethically sourced, because Palo Santo is endangered. And let's see. What else? When it comes to incense, yeah, just not all incense is created equal. And follow your instincts there. If there's something that you're allergic to, don't use it. Instead of incense, maybe look at essential oils and atomizing that instead. Just because it might, I don't know, it might be better for you, because different. No.
She wants earrings.
The cat does not need earrings.
She wants earrings.
Oh
my gosh, I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, I know. I'm just highly entertaining this evening.
No, that's not it. Well, okay, that's part of it.
But yeah, rosins are good. I have frankincense and myrrh. I like those. Cedar is good. I black tree came out a while back, and we harvested some cedar and wrapped our own cedar incense. I've used that outside later, and no, the cat does not have a date. The cat has been fixed for all future dates and is unable to participate. Gemini says she has a date. Let's see. No, I think I don't know, that's about it. Sorry. There.
Needs the earrings. Oh, I didn't read that. I just read that part. Needs the earrings. Yes. Okay. Huh. Catty little girl she is.
Yeah, right. Nag Champa is actually pretty good. I do like it. I wasn't quite sure if I would. But the more varieties I unpack at work, the more I like it. I don't think that I'm ever going to invest in Nag Champa soap, though. But just...
You need Dr. Squatch.
Whatever, man.
Don't need your balls and chemicals.
Those commercials are great.
They are.
Are
you
commercialism.
coming over to bother me now?
Yep. You heard you had wine.
Yeah, I'll give her wine.
So something else, that does bug me. The commercialism that is becoming so prevalent in witchcraft and paganism right now. Yes, there's a book out there for everything. There's an altar cloth out there for everything. There's a lot out on Etsy and Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube and et cetera, and I am guilty of this myself.
Yes, Miss Monarch Mountain Studio.
But there is in I'm more of a hobbyist crafter or a hand crafter. I'm not quite as commercialized. So the commercialism, if you're getting incense, find out where you're getting it sourced from, because a lot of that stuff that's sourced from, like China, for instance, doesn't have quite the same.
South America.
Doesn't have quite the same ingredients list as some of that you might harvest or get from India. If you're looking for Indian incense, go to India. So yeah. Trying to think what else. Yeah, commercialism. That one really does kind of bug me. Or another one. This one does actually, just coming from someone who crafts and does and creates things to sell. When a customer comes up to you and says, "Hey, how much is that?" and you give them a price, they're like, "Really? I can go down to Walmart and get it for like half that price. Why should I pay you for this?" It's like, because it's handcrafted, witch.
Wow.
Just because you can buy something cheaper at a big box store doesn't necessarily mean it's better. So, like, I know my singing bowl that I have was crafted in Nepal. The person I purchased it from, the store that I purchased it from, he supplies all of the singing bowls for the store. It's something that his family has done for generations, is hand crafting singing bowls. And so I know that I have an authentic singing bowl from Nepal. I know where it's from. I had no problem paying the money I paid for it because I know the value of it, the intrinsic value. Walmart singing bowl. It's like getting your tattoo equipment at Walmart. Who does that? Anyways, we're going to break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about crystal balls.
Oh my.
Lord, within the sun, as we will, so mote it be, the spell forever done. Sisters of the shining moon, heaven, earth, and sea, I call upon you in this hour, bring magic unto me. Mother's oh, the cauldron cries, it singeth unto me the songs of Mother Goddess and of Father in the tree.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between. Friday night, stay tuned for Duke after the show. He will be on later. Don't mind the cat. She's just trying to get a hold of some banana cake. Tomorrow night, also, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, we are talking about the solar plexus chakra. Yeah, number 3. So, for those of you who know where the solar plexus is, yeah, it's that chakra right underneath your herb cage. So, crystal balls. You can see part of it right here. Yeah, there's a little bit of corner there.
If you went to a single screen, would it be a bigger picture?
No. Because
Anyhow.
it's
Anyhow.
hold on. Alright, we're gonna pick it up. So this is my crystal ball.
That thing's like 40 pounds.
It is. You need to remember to lift with your knees and not with your back, because it is a ginormous crystal ball. To give you an idea of size, the rings on my fingers, this ring is a size 11. This one, or these two, are size 10. So I don't have tiny fingers, and that is a ginormous crystal ball. And this is photograph quality, so we can take pictures through it, which is fabulous. Not that I have, but I could if I wanted to. It's just a fabulous ball.
Okay.
Love my ball.
She likes her ball.
I do. It's fantastic. So, crystal balls. What do you do? So crystal balls generally, because it is a ball and circle, there's a sphere, is considered a very perfect shape within the universe, because it is equal all the way around. And you can use natural healing stones as crystal balls, or if you're using stones in like energy work or that kind of thing. Yes, D, it's huge. And you're using spheres for your healing. The energy to them is a little different when it comes to healing. So just the sphere, the perfect sphere, is got just a lot of information, or a lot of energy to it. So historically, people have been using crystal balls for just a millennia. And modern healers use them for quite a different things, whether it's for scrying, for a focus point, for meditation, anything like that. It's kind of a big deal. So you can use other spheres for crystal gazing. Different effects, different energy, different effects. Generally, scrying is what's most often used with a crystal ball, just like a scrying mirror. I personally have issues with the scrying mirror because mirrors and calling upon other entities, not always safe. But scrying is the act of gazing into a reflective or translucent object to open your intuition. So it's just a focal, and this will allow your scryer to gain information that you may not have access to within your conscious mind. Pharmacy. So this one is quartz, is crystal. It's a crystal ball, and yeah, it is just freaking heavy. Hi, Mari Bond. Scrying can be done on pretty much any reflective surface, but The most prolific, most common is the crystal ball. In antiquity, they may not have used a solid crystal ball. They probably used like similar to the floats for nets and such. That may be what they used for.
They're glass globes.
Yeah, glass globes. So, let's see. So, why crystal balls? I'll come back to your question list. Don't let me forget. Is this a portal? No, it's more of a focal point rather than a portal. Psychics in general, or fortune tellers of old, like to use crystal balls for scrying because they do form kind of a spherical lens, and the light rays. I mean, as you can't really see here. If I move my hand, you can see the reflection of my hand reversed, on the screen. But they have a curvature, so it bends the light rays to form a point. So it just gives you a really good focal point within the globe, and the focal point can be omnidirectional. There's a Scrabble word for you.
Zaw.
Yeah, I am the Zaw Lord. It's okay. But omnidirectional, which makes it ideal for gazing because it means you can have it at any point. And it's so if you're able to sit at a table and have it, sit on a chair and have it on a table to scry into, or sitting on the floor or the ground or whatever, it's something that's really easy to focus into. Now, generally speaking, when someone says gaze into your crystal ball, you think the first thing that comes to mind is the old gypsy, with the bangles and the bells and all that stuff. The patchouli. But generally speaking, anybody can use the crystal ball to get in touch with it. I didn't realize it was on a Lazy Susan pivot. That's awesome.
It's actually not. It's just felt, and you're able to turn it.
Okay, whatever. I like it. I have not named my crystal ball. Call it George. But no, it's just something that I have. I don't know. I don't know that I need to name it. But yeah, it's another intuition type, I don't know, type tool. So, quartz crystal balls may have like inclusions or other tiny dips in them. That happens. So if you're looking for a quartz crystal ball, specifically, that there may be different elements there, but if you're looking for just other balls or stones, even your beads are going to be considered spheres. You may want to look at like bloodstone or chrysocolla, jade, onyx, rhodonite, things like that. So, let's see. So, metaphysical uses. Scrying, gazing, divination. You can use other colored stones just as a focal point, whether it's you can go full on obsidian, which is black. It'll have, if it's polished, it'll have more of a reflective surface. You can use it to focus for meditation. Some people really have easier time of getting into that hypnotic state when focusing on the crystal ball, or ball and hypnotic. Some people prefer to use like shungite for meditative journeys. I have a cue ball I keep in my freezer that I use to massage my feet while I'm cooking, so I just roll it on the floor and roll my foot over it because it feels good. And then I wash it and put it back in the freezer. In feng shui, if you have a crystal ball in the right space, you get the right energy into your space. Sometimes they're hung. The stones themselves have healing vibes. So, in general, all stones have energetic qualities and healing vibes. So, let's see. In healing, you can have, if someone's holding a crystal ball in their hands, in a healing session, you can use it to help focus. Or if you have a much smaller sphere, to hold and drag across like someone's chakra points to help cleanse out the blocked energy centers. That's something you can definitely do. If you're looking for specific auras or not auras, chakra points, you use different stones for the to get the right energetic
That's
vibration.
an interesting idea, because wouldn't in Reiki they use stones to loosen up those points, and those could be considered crystal balls because they're just spheres. Well, no, they don't have to be a sphere, but they have to be spherical. But to focus that energy, because it creates a point, the focal point, and you put your energy into that focal point, and that focal point goes into your chakra.
Absolutely. You can also use stone balls or crystal balls on like energy grids, or crystal grids, because again, that same energetic frequency. A lot of the crystal grids, like the flower of life, is circular in shape. So if you're focusing on that, it's just interlinking circles. It may be a better way to get that energy focused in on whatever it is you're setting your intention for on your crystal grid. Group harmony. So if you're doing a group session, whether it's a seance, which isn't my gig, but some people do.
A group meditation.
But a group meditation, sometimes you do need a good solid focus point. Because sometimes you need to have that group energy focused in on one specific thing. So whether it's a crystal ball or other sphere, just some place for them to focus that energy, or their attention to focus the intention. So, much smaller balls, not this one, can be used for massage. I suppose you could massage someone with this. Would that be deep tissue?
That'd be very deep tissue.
Don't drop them.
That could be murder.
Yes.
Well, manslaughter.
Right.
Have you been hit with my bowling ball lately?
So this is the Rolling Stones version?
Yeah, no doubt. It gathers no moss.
If you're going to use like massage oils and lotions, be aware of which stones you're using, because not all stones should come into contact with oils. Let's see, stress. Shungite, stress balls, fidget spinners, anything like that. So natural stones are really, really good at reducing your stress. What are the round balls that are about yay big that you rotate through your palm for stress?
The medicine balls that are sitting like right there in the green box?
Yeah, medicine balls. Yeah, these ones.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Yeah, they get little bells in them.
No, D, it's not what you're going to say. Smart ass.
No, they're bowling for kitties. You're right. I guess some people like to use stone balls for interior decorating, because they are pretty awesome. I know in my office, we have two different spheres. One
Pink quartz.
is a white. No. They're bigger than this.
Yeah, you're talking about the one with the light in it, right?
That's a white onyx.
Okay.
That's hollowed out, so it's carved so in two bowls basically that have been glued together. So there's a light in it, and then the other one is just an agate. It's a giant agate sphere. It's solid. It's got a couple of occlusions in it, so you can see kind of into it a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. The gazing balls you might see in a garden, those are real. For cleansing, a crystal ball. I suppose, yes, you could use water. You could rinse it off. So when this came in the mail, I washed it with soap and water, just because I don't know where it was before it came to visit me. And
live with you.
Yeah, it lives.
Nowhere.
No, this is mine. So yes, soap and water, because soap and water, good for everything, almost, to get rid of dirt and grime. But sage smoke, salt, moonlight, sunlight. Now, this particular ball, I would not leave it in direct sunlight because it would act like a magnifying glass and would probably start a fire.
That's a large fire, too.
Yeah, no, we don't want that. It's the wrong time of the year for trying to start a fire with a big giant sphere. Just my luck, it would work.
Great balls of fire.
Literally. Some people like to cover their crystal balls because they're concerned about it being a portal and having those energies come through.
You know, it's an interesting thing, though. An idea is that some people believe that mirrors are portals to the spirit realm. Also, they used to in the South, 2 centuries ago, maybe 150 years ago. Maybe as far back as just, 50 years ago. But there's a tradition of covering your mirrors when you're, so parlors. So houses used to have parlors, right? You walk in, the parlor to the left, the den to the right, right? Anyhow, the parlor was like a sitting room, a mutual sitting room, or a gathering place. And they would also, it would be used for showing the body of a deceased loved one. So if you were having a viewing of a deceased loved one, you would go through the house and you would cover all your mirrors because supposedly the spirit of the person could be caught in the mirror. Well, I could imagine with the idea of a sphere, a sphere you would think you wouldn't be able to get out of. It'd be like you'd be like trapped in there.
Yeah, there's no doors there.
As opposed to like the mirror being a portal, you're trapped in the mirror, but there's it'd be less complicated than getting out of a sphere in my opinion. But so covering a sphere or a crystal ball kind of makes sense to me. So
yeah, and that's, I don't know, I kind of feel the same way. I don't feel the need to cover this particular one. Maybe I just don't feel threatened here at all.
Well, I guess that's good.
I don't feel like it's going to be a portal to the underworld.
Or the overworld.
The other world. No, it's for me, and maybe it's because my intention for using it is a focal point for scrying work and opening that inner eye or the third eye and intuition.
Something within yourself already.
Yeah. But Bomber says she doesn't leave her ball out.
I don't either.
Okay. Maybe you should. Maybe you need some air. I don't know.
I follow the words of the great Dr. Squatch.
Oh, my stars.
No.
I can't. D is trying so hard.
I know.
I can feel D biting her tongue from here. I really, really can.
Makes sense on a lot of etheric levels. Yes, thank you, Carlton. You understand that word.
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
Let's see. So, I'm trying to think. The solar plexus chakra tomorrow. Duke is here in like 5 minutes on Truth Frequency Radio. And then next week, my friend Sam is going to be on Friday night.
oh, is he in town again? Or
I don't think he's in. No, he's
just gonna Skype in?
he's going to Skype in.
Cool.
No, he's currently in the smoky wilds of Oregon.
That's
So
where he lives.
yeah, he lives on the ocean. I told him he needs to collect me some seashells. So
She sells by the seashore.
yeah, look at those diagrams you got going on. Digraphs you got going on. So yeah, homeschooling. That's an adventure. So
Releasing the pressure, so to speak.
it's like Carlton's still feeling backed up, you know. Wow, chat room. Friday night chat room can be so naughty. Naughty group of people. So
I'm just taking it in the hand, just release that pressure.
getting back to the crystal ball and using it.
You mean the crystal ball?
Yes. When you are using it, be careful of your expectations. Because expectation is not going to be helpful. If you expect to see things, or you expect it to work, if those things, the preconceived notions, if you will block your intuition from manifesting. So in any kind of divination or scrying or anything like that, be careful of your expectation, because often that, know you will succeed in using the tool, but don't let your expectation get in the way of your intuition.
Don't let it become your. Don't let your expectation or your.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let your expectation guide your meditation,
Mm-hmm.
because you will see exactly what you want to see,
Mm-hmm.
and it may not be a truth.
Yeah,
It's just
it becomes ego then instead of intuition.
Yes.
So, and if you're using the crystal ball, you know what? It's going to take practice to see anything in there, because you really do have to focus that third eye a little bit more.
Right.
And it's hard to do that, because we get so used to seeing with our eyes that, and the visual things that we might be able to see.
I was waiting for you to stop so I could say that. Thank you, Dee.
I'm just not looking at chat for the next 2 minutes till that scrolls away. But nutty. So yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's nothing you can say right now that's not going to come out badly.
Right?
Yes.
You can close your eyes and hang on tight. I don't know. You just let your expectation go. Yeah, because your expectation begins to get tied up with your ego, and it really will block your intuition. And which can be frustrating, because if all you're seeing is then if your expectation, it's the more of a false prophecy, or a false truth, or a false divination, because the real meaning won't be coming out, and that's frustrating. So as you're practicing with any of your divination tools, initially try to do it in a quiet place, and when it comes to like tarot cards and such, yeah, I practice those initially on your own. This is what your journal is for, folks. Journal your results, ask your question, do your cards again, journal your results, rinse and repeat, and get accustomed to the cards, know the layouts before you try to go and do readings for other people. So, anyways, we're at the end of the night for Friday night. We'll see you tomorrow night with the solar plexus chakra. Can't look at the screen. Stay tuned for Duke.
Somebody wants me to speak looter.
You're lewd enough, dear. So Merry Meet and Merry...
I think they mean louder, but it's coming out looter.
You guys.
I could get looter for the ones in the back.
Shh. Good night, you guys. Yes. Merry Meet and Merry Part and Merry Meet again. Have a good night, y'all.
Lord, within the sun, as we will, so mote it be, the self forever done.